Hi, this is Mark Sinaka, the FinOps advocate. I'm here to present the highlights of the 2025 FinOps status survey. This was an exhaustive survey conducted by the members of the FinOps organization to give you an insight into what people are working on, where they are in their maturity in different areas. So let's get started. The State of FinOps is an annual survey conducted by the FinOps Foundation for the last 5 years to collect information about key priorities, industry trends, and the direction of the FinOps practices. The survey informs a range of foundation activities and tells the broader market how FinOps is practiced in a wide variety of organizations. As you can see, the respondents cover $69 billion in cloud spend from over 850 respondents. So it's very representative of the FinOps practices out in the industry. This year's respondents included large enterprise organizations, with 31% currently spending more than $50 million a year in public cloud. 20% are spending more than $100 million a year, and over 20 spending more than $1 billion a year. 41% of the respondents are from organizations with more than 20,000 employees. 15% are over 100,000 employees. So this will help to put into perspective who the respondents are and what types of organizations they're coming from. In 2024, workload optimization, waste reduction, and general cost optimization continued to take the top spot. Full allocation of cloud spending and accurate forecasting were also very important. We saw the rise of the need for governance and policy at scale, and we also are seeing more inclusion in multi-cloud cost reporting and going beyond public cloud, going into SaaS and things like that. But cost optimization, as it has been for the last 5 years, is the most important function of FinOps. The survey respondents were asked what they were planning on doing over the next 12 months. And this was interesting because for the first time, we saw optimization go from the number one priority down to number two, and FinOps governance and policy at scale jumped 3 places to take the number one spot. We also saw managing costs beyond the public cloud, so that's going to include SaaS licensing, data center optimization, also moving towards measuring costs by unit economics. How much does it cost for us to deliver our services? But I think the standout here is certainly governance and policy at scale. And policy at scale suggests the automation of policies that catch and even prevent wasteful spending. Organizational alignment continues to be the number one function for cloud FinOps adoption. It's down slightly from last year, but the importance of the buy-in and participation from finance, from the businesses, from engineering, from operations is the number one priority to cloud efficiencies. Investment on tooling jumped dramatically year over year. So that increased by 20%, and we're seeing an increase in homegrown tooling and analysis solutions. Improving the capabilities, that also increased. And what we're seeing is a need for expansion out across the SaaS world, more FinOps type of analysis done on the on-premise enterprise data center and not just in the public cloud. As we dig deeper into the expanded scope, whether it be SaaS, licensing, private cloud, or data center, We asked the respondents to prioritize which aspects of their management was taking priority. Budgeting was the top priority, and then various areas had forecasting and allocation. None of these new scope areas included cost optimization, which we believe is a function of maturity. As the FinOps practice becomes more mature in these areas, we're fully expecting cost optimization and workload allocation to start working its way up the priority list here. The vast majority of the respondents are managing multiple public clouds, AWS, Azure, GCP, and they need a way to standardize the cost allocation and the cost reporting across each of these clouds. And that's where the focus tool from the FinOps organization comes into play. So 57% of the respondents have direct plans to implement focus in the coming year. This we're expecting to become more and more requirement from the finance departments and engineering as well to accurately measure the true cost of ownership across multiple platforms. So we're expecting to see further adoption of focus in the coming year. No look forward to 2025 would be complete without including AI. When asked, our respondents indicated that the vast majority of their AI investment would be done using public cloud. 69% indicated they would be using SaaS, and 30% for data center and private cloud. 97% of the respondents are investing in multiple infrastructure areas for AI. This is going to accelerate the organization's need for managing AI spend and cost optimization in 2025. In summary, cost optimization continues to be the top priority, but governance and policies and automation of those policies are expected to become the most important FinOps function in 2025. Maybe this reflects a maturity from reactive to proactive. Expanding FinOps disciplines into other scopes, such as SaaS, licensing, and data centers, is expected to grow, but it's still relatively immature, with most organizations not even expecting to get to cost optimization in these areas in 2025. Investment into capabilities to raise cost visibility through unit economics to quantify true business value is growing in importance. How much does it cost me to deliver a certain service or to generate one unit of a product? The majority of FinOps practices now manage AI costs. They're in their infancy, but this is further driving an expansion of scopes into areas such as AI investments across multiple infrastructure categories. As practitioners add these areas of spend, they're early on in the maturity curve. So most of the effort is going to be just understanding the spending, estimating as best as they can on their plans, forecasting, and understanding existing costs, and working with finance to help allocate what costs are being incurred in which departments in the AI development. It is likely that optimization and efficiency will become more important for AI, but that's going to only come with maturity. Plan on increased governance, automation of policies, and expansion into SaaS, use of AI, software licensing, and data centers in 2025. I hope this summary of the State of FinOps 2025 report has been helpful. If you like what we covered in today's video, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks.